Okay, here we go with my latest toy haul. Probably my biggest toy haul ever. Sold a few things on Facebook Marketplace, some big ticket items. I sold a graded comic book and a few large Star Wars vehicles, and used the proceeds of those sales to finance a lot of the stuff that you see here. So let's go ahead and get in it. This is about 3.5 weeks of toy haul here, and one of my best toy hauls yet that I have had. So after making my last toy haul video, I went to another GameStop and found another lot of these Micro Machines Series 3 blind bags, and they were each 50% off, so they were like 97 cents each. And so I picked up a few more of these to toss in my display box, my retail display box that I picked up at the second store that I bought some from. But that was fun to add to the collection. Alright, and next I picked up some Hot Wheels vehicles. I've always really liked the Hot Wheels aircraft that you find on the Hot Wheels hooks for 97 cents. And so I've got the X-Jet and the Batplane. And this is kind of a fun Batplane because it's got the red lines on it. Picked up a Knight Rider kit car, and I'd already picked up the Knight Rider kit Advanced Pursuit Mode, where all the gadgets were kind of like expressed out of the car, and this is the straight plane version. Another Hot Wheels premium vehicle. This is from the movie Brave, which I have not seen, but it is a rendition of the Pizza Planet delivery truck. And if you look in the scene here, I don't know if this is a toy maker and they're carving toys or a sculptor or what, but so you have basically a wood-carved Pizza Planet delivery truck. And I have another, the regular version of the Toy Story Pizza Planet delivery truck, and I will hang this with that one. I was at Ollie's, and they had a few cases of these Series 2 Mario Kart blind boxes, and I kind of went through them and got the code here. And this is the number 14 box. I got 2 of them, and so these are both the Mushroom Trophy. I have a few of them, and I'm hoping to maybe trade one for the Series 3 Star Trophy. I don't know if those are going to be really hard to find, but it looked like just when they were getting ready to hit the store shelves, COVID hit, and now you can't find them anywhere. So I've got a couple extra of these Mushroom Trophies, and I'm hoping to get my hands on some Star Trophies. Found this Perfect Dark Joanna Dark figure, and it was on clearance at GameStop for $5.97. Get it in frame here, and I had a $5 coupon for my monthly coupon, so I picked it up for 97 cents plus tax. And I had a lot of fun playing Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. Coming to these Star Wars action figures, I picked these up at a toy store that does a lot of reselling. People will bring their collections in and sell it to this toy store, and then they will hang them up and resell them. I picked these up for $5 each, and this is the Bespin Dual Scene. And so I've got both Luke, who just had his hand cut off, and Darth Vader leading with Luke to join the dark side. When I saw this figure released in 2002, I thought, that's cool. I liked him reaching out and the stuff in the background. And although this is not a great sculpt of Luke, I thought that they would display well together. Alright, so I picked up another reaction figure. This is the Transformers Starscream, and I really actually do like the action figure reaction figures, the simplistic early 80s kind of feel of that 5 points of articulation. Actually, I'm not even, well, yeah, I guess you got the 2 joints there, so you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of articulation. This might be 4, because I'm not sure if his head swivels or not, and I'm not planning to take him out of the package to find out. This is just going to go with my row of Transformer reaction figures, and that Starscream is a really cool figure there. Even comes with the Megatron Blaster there. It's kind of difficult to see with the card back, but this was at that toy store I stopped at, and this was one of the G.I. Joes that my brother and I had as a kid. I want to say that this was probably one that my brother had, but it was one of my favorite G.I. Joes to play with. Night Creeper Leader, and I think it's kind of an odd thing that he's wearing a blindfold, but I don't know, I really liked this action figure as a kid, and this is a really clean card back. Let's see what the year was, 1992, and I picked it up for $45 at that toy store. I think I've seen it go for more than that on eBay, but buying something on eBay, I mean, even if I took a picture of this and said I want to sell this on eBay, you have no idea what's going to happen to it in transit. Post office is a bunch of animals, so to be able to go into a store and be able to physically inspect it and be able to take it with you and not have to have it shipped somewhere, that's great that I can get it mint on card. And that was one of my favorite G.I. Joes to play with as a kid. We've got these tiny TVs at Walmart. This is the South Park, and it's got like a 1990s TV. And it's got several scenes on it. I don't have a bunch of South Park collectibles. I have 2. This is the 3rd one. I don't know that I'll be collecting a bunch of them, but I did enjoy watching South Park when it first came out. It may still be in production for all I know now, and I certainly haven't seen the show in years, but I remember those first few seasons. I always got a real kick out of it. Got some Jada die-cast cars. This is a 1/24th scale. No, this is 1/43rd. This is a 1/43rd scale time machine, and gosh, I would have loved to have had this car as a kid. I always wanted to play with a DeLorean, the time machine toy. And similarly, I already have the larger variant of the Mystery Machine, but I thought, you know, that's a cool Mystery Machine, and maybe someday I'll end up selling this, but stuff like this where I kind of feel like, man, that's cool that they even made it in a couple years when they've discontinued it. Maybe there will be a demand for it, and maybe I'll be able to capitalize and sell it for big bucks. It was $7 at Walmart, so it's a cool little die-cast vehicle. And then this is a new Batmobile that I'm not sure if I have seen yet. if I'm not mistaken, I think that they just took the Batman from the movie Batman, the Michael Keaton version, and put it in with this car. I don't believe that this variant of Batman belongs with this variant of the Batmobile. Seems like it was a little lazy on their part not to make a new mold for Batman that would look like the appropriate Batman for that movie, but the Batmobile is pretty cool, and I don't have that one yet. There are quite a few Batmobiles available, and I have this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. I do not have this one, and I do not have this one. I would actually love to find this one here, and I've seen this in several places, and if I get this one, why not just complete the collection and get this one? But until I find this, I'm not sure I'm going to buy this one, because I never really got into the 1960s Batman. And I was at Books A Million and found a Karate Kid Johnny Lawrence with battle damage action figure, and oh my gosh, this is cool, especially with the Cobra Kai TV series that has come out in the last few years. And you know, this is a cool action figure. And actually, in my adult years, I don't think that I necessarily had this point of view watching this as a kid, but as an adult, you know, I kind of think that Johnny Lawrence got shafted, and he should have won that tournament. He was actually the good guy, and there's actually a really good video on YouTube kind of explaining how Danny LaRusso was the villain of that movie. And I don't know, the older I get, the more I kind of feel like that video actually makes a lot of sense, and he was the hero of the movie. Not intended by the director, but the actual story, this guy was the guy I was rooting for. And I've really enjoyed the first two seasons of Cobra Kai. So that was pretty cool to see this action figure at Books A Million. Alright, so I have mentioned this series, the Transformers Red Robot Enhanced Design, and the thing that I really appreciate about this action figure is that you see the action figure in the front window, and then the accessories are in the side window. And he comes with an Energon cube, an extra set of hands, a blaster with different kinds of blasts that you can attach to the blaster. And I think that that's great, that they have the actual figure that you can display real proper and nice in the package, and you don't see all this extra stuff in with the character, but you can see when you go to purchase it what it comes with. And especially with all these like Build-A-Figures, I think that this is what they should be doing. Your character should be in the front, and then any accessories or Build-A-Figure pieces should be on the side. That's not noticeable from the front, but can be seen if you want to see what all you're getting with the packaging. And I think that this is a great way of packaging action figures. And you know, I've heard some people that review these figures say that, oh, it's not right that a Transformer is an action figure and does not transform. And I've always kind of said that when it comes to Transformers, it can usually do 2 of 3 things, but never all 3. You can either have a good action figure looking robot, or a good alt mode, a good car or airplane or gun or whatever, or you can have a simple transformation from the alt mode to the robot, but you rarely ever see all 3. And this dials that robot mode like to the nines. I mean, just really, really well done. Lots of good detail, and I mean, with all the articulation that you have with these robot enhanced design, and you can see here how they're posing him, and that's a lot of posability for display. This is just a great toy. All right, so I found a NECA Turtles figure. This is Leatherhead, and I actually had a Leatherhead action figure, a Gen 1 Leatherhead, and that was really cool. And he was one of my favorite characters. When I was little, I wanted to get a lot of the Turtles figures, and I couldn't find any of the actual original Turtles, with the exception of Raphael. I could not find Leonardo, Donatello, or Michelangelo. I could only find one Raphael, and then it was just a few side characters from there. I think I got Metalhead, the robot turtle, and then I got Leatherhead, and I really liked Leatherhead. And then the last new in package thing that I purchased was the Creator Medieval Castle set. I myself never had any big castle sets, but I did have a couple medium-sized castle sets, and this is just really clever the way they've done some of this detailing. And I mean, like, they didn't just use a bunch of the big panel pieces. You're actually building the texturing and all of this, so this is cool. I don't really care for building animals with pieces. I wish that they had the actual dragon from the 90s, and birds. I think I would prefer to actually have like the actual like parrot in a different color if they want to include something like that. But like building these like blocky looking chickens and that kind of thing, I don't really care for that, but I do like this castle set, so that was pretty cool. That concludes the new in package stuff that I purchased. There were a few things that I purchased that were old or loose without packaging at that toy store. This is a G.I. Joe Devilfish, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks complete. I don't really buy a lot of loose items without the original packaging. I had a Devilfish as a kid, and this one is a relatively decent, clean example that is complete, has everything there. I also picked up an Independence Day fighter spaceship. Did not come with batteries, but when I put batteries in, it does still work. It is missing a missile, and this little clip here is broken. I can still get into it, but I need to utilize a tool of some sort to get my finger in there. Get that open. So, and this will pop open. This is one of the missiles that it comes with. And then it comes with your alien pilot. Tentacles and everything. I did not have this as a kid, but I really liked the movie, and it was only $10, so I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. I'll probably hang it with some fishing string from the ceiling when I finally buy a house and start rebuilding my collection room. But it's a pretty fair size vehicle. It apparently has some kind of like bombs that will drop out of it if I press a button on the top here, and it will kick these little bombs loose. So that's probably pretty fortunate that those are still there. So I would consider this mostly complete. It does have a broken clip here, and it is missing one of the missiles that you press in here. Press this button and it shoots the missile out. But I think that that'll look pretty cool. Suspended from the ceiling, chasing something. And then finally, I picked up this vinyl Batman, and I liked the animated series. I don't think I've ever seen this Batman figure anywhere before, but he was such a tall figure. I would say he's at least 8, maybe 9 inches tall, and I thought, you know, that's a nice little display there, and I'll probably have him stand somewhere in the collection room. He definitely won't quite go with the 31-inch Darth Vader and the 31-inch Master Chief that I have, but he is a pretty large Batman figure, and I think that will display well. And he has actually kind of a rubbery vinyl cape. I was just talking in one of my live streams a couple weeks ago about the merit of all rubber and plastic, or making some things out of soft goods, and I would actually say this is a good example of why I think rubber and vinyl is superior to soft goods. Rather than have like a t-shirt material here, you can actually have that sculpt kind of keep its shape, and I think that that just looks and displays all the better when it is all vinyl or plastic, rather than having actual material cloth on your action figures. I think that, you know, some of these action figures that have like a cloth jacket, to me, you're getting too close to, it looks like a Ken doll, and it's not really an action figure anymore. There may be some exceptions, like a cape, but this would be an example of how I think that capes can be done well with vinyl or rubber. So he does have a little bit of something here that I may have to try and clean off. I don't know if the magic eraser will take that off. I'm guessing it's a scuff, because I'm thinking that this is not all yellow underneath the gray and black. But hopefully I'll be able to clean that off with some lemon oil and or a magic eraser. So, alright, well, that is the video for this week. We've got a couple houses that we're going to be looking at this coming week, and hopefully within the next few days, maybe we will be making a video saying that we have an accepted offer and that the countdown for moving into the next house has begun. Thanks for checking out my videos. We will catch you next time.
His brain ain't right, but it's fun.
Yes! That's awesome!
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Mark, are you gonna be a dork your whole life? Hope not.
I can't believe he called me a psycho.
Hey, were you in there just now? You are a psycho.
I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly. I offer a complete and utter retraction. The imputation was totally without basis in fact and was in no way fair comment and was motivated purely by malice. And I deeply regret any distress that my comments may have caused you or your family. And I hereby undertake not to repeat any such slander at any time in the future.